Coconut. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, what are you doing here? I know what I'm doing here. It's another episode of Venture Maidens.
Whoa!
Wow.
Weird.
Crazy.
I'm getting really good at these little opening segues. Finally. So, hi everybody. Welcome to episode 83 of the Venture Maidens podcast. I'm delighted to have you here. It's going to be our first shopping episode ever on the Venture Maidens. So I'm really excited. I'm scared. I don't know how to do these. This is going to be a mythic adventure. But before we embark on this quest, hello, my name is Celeste Konowich, and I will be your dungeon master.
Hi, I'm Brittany Quintero, and I'll be Arrnodel, your elven moon elf warlock.
Yes. Yes.
I'm Katie. I'm going to be playing Fair Valin, the tiefling sorceress.
I'm Nassim, and I'm playing your human monk, Saya Noor.
Oh, muted?
And I'm Sage.
You're
and
muted,
I'm-
barbarian.
Yes. Your boulder dashing barbarian, Cara Brunhilde.
Ooh, boulder dashing. Yeah, well, last time we had some cool stuff happen. We are, as a reminder, being pulled around by an earth elemental on a disc in a city. A bazaar, if you will. So before we get into some trouble, what happened last time on Venture Maidens?
Ooh.
We
Well,
talked to a rock.
Yeah, a really big one.
The biggest.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we felt some rumbles and tremors, and it was the elemental mountain creature that was speaking to us. And so we climbed a real big chain attached to the creature via these massive hooks into, I don't know, a hillside, and then once we got to the other side, we found like a deep crater or like crevice, some kind of crack that we had to descend into. And then it turned out to be like the core of the of the mountain with like crystals and amethyst towering over us. And inside there wasn't a thing. It was just the voice echoing within the chamber, right?
So some of the crystals actually had like fragmented off of the wall and formed kind of this spiraling like nymph almost that played notes on the crystals to speak to you.
Yes.
Like a
Yeah.
transmitter.
And what'd they say? What was up with that?
They had basically said that they are waiting for a friend for the end times to come, and we're like, oh, is that Rem? Oh, wait, do we know the same person? And kind of got around to a yes, basically. And oh yeah, also had a conversation like, how do you feel about the town that's attached to you? And they were like, oh, they're cool. I kind of like them. We're like, okay, cool,
They
cool,
kinda
no
chill.
exploitation.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Could you also take us to the teeth, not to impose? And they're like, oh yeah, what speed would you like me to go at? We're like, the speed where no one dies, preferably. And they had said it would take about 3 days to get there, traveling at a safe speed, and so we are buckling up and yeah, ready to spend 3 days in town.
Yeah.
We also asked if the mountain could send its little mountain babies to find our friends who we lost in the desert. So we saw like little hills kind of disperse from it and seek out our companions that we initially traveled into the desert with. And then we just kind of...
You also sent
aim-
baby.
Yeah, Alistair.
Oh,
I sent
yeah.
Alistair Fitzpatrick to be a means of communication so that as these like mounds show up, like our companions like were aware of my baby.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
No, they've all
I'm
met
sure-
Alistar. Yeah.
Yeah, if they saw Alistair rolling with these hills, they're gonna be able to, at least with one of them, they're gonna, yeah. Anyway, communication, walkie-talkie.
Uh-huh. And then at that point, yeah, basically you did have some time. Now you have a couple days before you get to your destination. So you decided to check into a hotel. You want to tell me about that?
It's the best hotel in the history of hotels, and it is called the Gith Yankee Doodle, and it is the remnants of a Gith Yankee pirate ship that has been crashed and reformed into a bed and breakfast on this wonderful wandering bazaar. And
it
it is
has
being
3.5 stars on Yarp.
On Yarp.
Yeah.
Yarp.
Yes, and you
And-
all decided that it has an RPG game room. It has a bunch of nasty hot tubs and a huge smoking area. And then
The front desk is being manned by
Yes.
poor Wesley Bones, who we all identify with as the poor retail employee who begrudgingly gives customer service.
yes, so your best friend, Wesley, had set you all up in these rooms. So that's where we're starting off. You all are booked for the remainder of your stay in the bazaar. You had each been given your own room. Everything here is pirate themed. So there's the little portholes that look like down over this marketplace that stretches on. The rooms are okay. It's about motel quality, what you would expect. There's kind of a weird salty smell wherever you go. But they're yours. So I guess handing it over to you all. What's up? What's the plan, gang?
Well, I think we're obviously all on the same page with looking for where like the communal bar room is, right? I mean, every hostel has one.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's usually like bottles, but
You
Yeah.
said there was also a casino?
no, I
Oh
gave
my
a
God.
very vivid description of like a smoking section that was like at the airport and not properly ventilated with grimy hot tubs.
Yeah.
Okay, I was picturing like a small little poker
Basically a
room, people.
casino without the slot machines.
Because I was about to say we could go try and double our money if we're about to go shopping.
I mean,
Let's
you could
go
just
test
find
our
ice
luck.
runners.
You know, okay, so attached inside the Githyanki Doodle, there is a built-in, like, bar, restaurant, gift shop called Jolly Rogers. So, you know, maybe you should check it out. I feel like this is probably a place that would have a couple of slot machines. Just like, you
Like
know,
at
when
the
you
gas
walk into those
station in
restaurants.
Vegas?
Yeah, exactly. Just you're like right there by like the sad potted plant. They have like a couple slot machines for you.
Gotta have one.
Yep.
Slot machines in a gas station really is like, I mean,
They're everywhere in Vegas.
I've only
They're
been to
everywhere.
Vegas once, and I was like,
Well, the airports in Vegas. That's
mhm,
cray,
yeah,
everybody.
mhm.
Ugh.
And they're always occupied.
Yep. No.
Yeah.
Constantly around the clock.
Hmm.
All right. So we want to head down to Jolly Rogers.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna put some money in the slot machine, and if it doesn't work out the first time, it's not meant to be.
Sure. All right. So you head on down stairs, you know, past this this carved wooden interior of a boat that now serves as the lobby. And as you all make your way towards the double doors that have like a peeling, you know, golden sign that say Jolly Rogers, leading off to it, you see your friend Wesley like watches you go and kind of like, you know, he like does something with the cash register and whatever, and like runs around really fast to get in front of you all and goes into the doors for the Jolly Roger.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna work there too.
Okay, now I understand his attitude a little bit more. This is a big place,
Understaffed
man.
and underpaid.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you need a little help, like let me know. We're just here wasting some time. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to give you unsolicited advice last time. I didn't realize you were all alone here.
No, it's fine. And he like kind of waves you in, and he's standing now at like the little like barrel podium that they've put at the front of the restaurant. And you do see over on your left, next to some sad potted plants, there are these contraptions that look like metal boxes that have a bunch of these like illusions that are spinning like in place on the screen, and they all have like different symbols and different colors. And there isn't like a lever or anything, but there is like a place where you can hover your hand like over this pad on it. So fantasy lottery machines whatever. And he says, welcome to Jolly Rogers. Boy, are we glad to have you on board for this cruise. Would you like to be seated?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Wonderful. Let me see if a table's ready. And he goes and like looks around, and there's like 20 tables in here. You know, they're all these like round, they look like the bar top tables that are just like barrels that have been set up, and it's cute, right? There is a long wooden bar that you see in the back here. There are like 2 of the tables are occupied. The rest are completely empty. You do see that there is somebody behind the bar. There is just like an elven man who's cleaning out some glasses here. Just one moment. And he goes and kind of like walks off onto like a side door that maybe leads to like a kitchen or something.
Yeah, Car immediately goes over to check out the light up box and she's like, how does this work? And yeah.
Immediately as you get like within 1 feet of it, like music starts to play and everything starts to spin around, and like bright lights catch up here. Like if you've ever seen Fairy Fire, I think some of you have guessed it before. Yeah, the whole machine is just like electric purple and like so the minute you get close, it like clearly reacts to your presence.
Her eyes like light up. She's like, oh, and she's gonna take out a copper piece and be like, where do I stick it?
Yeah, you do see that there are a couple like coin slots lining the bottom of this box here. Put in a copper piece.
Yeah.
And the machine kind of blinks like red for a minute and spits back out your copper piece. And you hear a voice that says, gold only.
Whoa, that's expensive.
The machine does not
Sure.
respond to your
She'll take out a gold.
Okay, and you put it in there. everything lights up green and like things start to spin and like flash across the screen, and you see that they're like moving to create these shapes and patterns. And then the pad is like lit up on there, maybe like waiting for you to like bop it at a specific moment. So do you want to make some kind of like check to determine how to play this game, or like what? What? Because everything it's moving so fast and like spinning around and totally like kind of a jarring experience.
Yeah. She would make, I guess,
Do like
a perception
Yeah.
to see, like, to try and like time it.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh god! Oh, not bad. A 25.
25. Okay, yeah. So as you're doing it, you're like, oh my god, what? And then you're like, oh, okay, there are like, you know, a bunch of these red circles that line up sometimes in this banner. You're like, okay. So you think you've got it. Do you want to press that button? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Roll me a percentage roll to see if you can do it in time. Get above a 50%.
97.
Woo! So Kara just slams a fist down like on this button, and the machine just and like starts to scream, and you see like little like sparkles start to come off of it as it says "You won" in big like letters that are swirling around for all the shapes. And
Yeah,
oh,
No, go ahead.
yeah, and 3 gold coins pop out of the slot.
Yeah, Car throws up her hands into the air, like super enthusiastic. Car is totally gonna end up again.
Oh no,
Addicted gambler.
This was where it
This is
started.
This is where it starts. You win once, and she's like, "Guys, look!" And she picks up her gold pieces, like so proud.
I want to play. How do you do it? Let me see. And I immediately take out like a handful of gold pieces and I throw one in.
Yeah, so you can do very much the same thing. So you can give me, now that Kara has kind of pointed out to play, you can go ahead and give me a perception check or a sleight of hand check.
Ooh.
Farrah's gonna guidance her.
Yeah,
It's
get that
not
money.
It's not gonna help.
+4.
Nice.
18.
All right, yeah, so you think you've got a handle on it. You're ready to go, so go ahead and smack that button. Get above a 50% percentage roll.
90%.
Woo! All right, so you managed
Nice.
to win as well as you bop down that button and lights and swirls and music come out. And you get 3 gold coins back. And it's around this point that Wesley is like kind of hovering by you all. He's like, "Your table's ready."
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, Wesley.
Yeah. Are you prepared to embark on the flavored tour of your lives? Haha.
You know it.
Okay, right this way.
Absolutely.
Did he say flavor tour?
Yep.
Mhm.
Sure did.
Can't wait to eat this mediocre food.
Yep. And he goes ahead and like gives you a table, sort of like by one of the grimy windows at the edge of this here. So feel free to order with me if you would like, or if you want to start with drinks, just sail on over to our first mate. He'll help you out. The elf kind of gives a wave.
Well, I always start with drinks, so
Well
we'll
then,
check you later, Wesley.
all right, you know where to find me. And he
No.
goes and just kind of stands back at the podium.
Oh, Wesley, my heart goes out to you.
Poor
Um,
bastard.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way over to that elven man and slap down some gold and be like, "What's the biggest, most obnoxious thing that you have?"
He kind of looks around. He's like, "You want one of our souvenir cups?"
Sure. Why not?
And he turns around and I think you all actually paid for souvenir cups when you got the rooms.
I thought we paid for the breakfast
Car-
thing.
Kara definitely paid for a souvenir cup.
Okay.
So Kara's like ready with her.
With this. All right, so this guy, he turns around and takes down one of these like giant boat-shaped, like something you would like maybe serve like a hurricane in, just those huge like mouth glasses. And he gets one down. All right, what do you want in it?
Something strong and then something fruity.
What's your favorite color?
Teal if you don't have gold. If you have gold flakes, I'm into it.
You got a lot of money?
You know it.
All right, and he like gives you an appreciative nod and turns around. And as he's going ahead and mixing drinks, you see that a second set of arms kind of pop out like from under his coat and start mixing and squeezing and moving things around as he begins to make this like electric blue concoction. You see at least 4 different types of alcohols get swirled into this thing. And he adds like an umbrella and some fruit spirits, and then he like takes this like small little vial and starts sprinkling like gold dust around the rim of this glass here. So he comes back and he slides it over to you with his like second pair of arms, and leans on the counter. He's like, think that'll be what you're looking for.
It's perfect. It might be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. How much for this?
10 gold.
Yes, here, take 2 for tip. That's yours. You earned that. Cool arm trick. What's that?
My arms?
Yeah, I've never seen an elf with 4 arms.
Oh, right. And he kind of looks down. He's like, elf. Right. And then his like skin starts to kind of like move and shimmer and becomes this like gray sort of color, as this creature transforms into this tall, lanky gray person that's kind of definitionless otherwise, but has these like weird kind of predatory yellow eyes. I forgot.
Oh, not an elf, but instead
doppelganger.
Oh, cool. Never met one. Nice to meet you. You're the best drink maker I've ever met. Sorry, Prudence.
Wow. He's like, thanks. I see you have a souvenir cup there. What can I set you up with?
I want one of those fruity, alcoholic, boozy smoothies where in the center they got the little bowl, the smaller bowl of alcohol that they set on fire.
Oh no.
I can
My
definitely
God.
set things on
Oh,
fire
no.
for you. And he will prepare to make this just the most outrageous, giant like hurricane bowl thing. He will give you other straws, but he like kind of shrugs apologetically when he hands them to you.
Yeah.
I have to. There's actually so much alcohol in there. I'm required to give you multiple straws. You don't have to use them.
Oh, that just means
bottle
I've got
up.
more straws to go in my mouth.
Party on. And he's like, 5 gold. Beep. Anything for Sawyer and Arrnodel? What? Tell me. Nazim, you're so
We're in a
quiet.
special
Oh,
place
mhm.
tonight. All my girls are drinking. So yeah, I'll just have another mojito.
Nice.
That's her go-to.
Yeah, mojito.
Safe and simple.
You get a nice, tall, cozy, air conditioning in a glass mojito slid over to you. 5 gold. Looks like the nice cocktails are at this price, which is outrageously overpriced. Just by the way.
Oh yeah.
And then Arrnodel, we come to you. What would you like?
As you know, I'm sure most people can assume Arrnodel's extremely picky. So she's looking at the bottles and she just looks at the top shelf because she's like, okay, this is like mildly overpriced, but also it's all sugar stuff. She's looking for like the finest, whatever fantasy version of scotch is, non-peaty.
A dwarven thing, probably.
Yeah. I can read Dwarven, so
Yeah.
And actually, it occurs to Arrnodel that like she's never ordered this in front of Kara, and kind of wants to impress her a little bit. Just
Whoa.
let's see what Kara says. So I'm gonna pick. I can read the labels, and I'm looking for like a vintage like
Sure. Why
again,
don't you tell me what the label you see? What is it called?
Oh, the Maiden's hammer.
Whoa. Wow.
Into it.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. Of course, it's like a fire red label with gold fucking flecks all over it. With
We
like
have
embossed.
to name
Yeah.
a cocktail after that for ourselves that we invent a cocktail.
It's got to be made with scotch, like a Glenlivet.
Oh
15
boy.
something along those lines.
Mhm.
I mean, that's like some median. That's definitely not fine scotch, but it's all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And this doppelganger looks at you and like kind of, they don't really have like lips or anything. They're very sort of alien looking. Like when you imagine gray aliens, like that's kind of what they look like. But he sort of nods his head, like impressed, as you see an arm grows very, very tall and is able to reach up and take the bottle from where he's standing. And he pours you, like 2 fingers of this, slides it over. 10 gold.
Thank you.
Can I make a check on what this guy is? I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Make a nature check.
Nature.
Meanwhile, I look over at Kara and I'm just like, would you like a sip?
17.
Car.
Yeah. So with the 17, so you've heard of doppelgangers before, but it's definitely rare to see one in their natural form. So doppelgangers are shape changers. They're primarily evil as well. They have some ability to read people's thoughts, and then they use that to prey on people by transforming into either them or ones they love to get close to them before attacking them. So they have extraordinary powers just to change their forms at will.
Wonder who that elf was at one point.
So it's rare to see one in its like natural form because usually they're always imitating someone else.
But it's employed at
Mhm.
this facility. Like it stays here. It doesn't flee.
He's gone straight. He's trying to turn his life around.
Sure.
Or they give
Yeah,
enough food. He doesn't have to hunt his own, whatever.
Nice.
This, clearly this bazaar has broken some standards.
I mean, yeah,
having
we
a
saw
beholder
Mind
bartender.
Flare Alley.
Yeah, there's a Mind
Beholder
Flare,
bartender.
Yeah,
Who is fabulous.
yeah. This is no typical assortment of creatures.
So yeah, while like Saya is kind of like studying the bartender for a moment, Arrnodel looks over at Kara and is like, "Want to try a little sip?"
And Kara looks like wistfully up. She's like, "Oh, I have so many not memories of my 21st birthday thanks to this stuff."
Such a baby 21.
Arrnodel's so excited to talk about scotch with dwarven firewater.
You can call it
Sure.
Dwarven Scotch, or
Whatever,
Firewater,
it's
whatever
Dwarven
you
Scotch.
want. It's
Arrnodel's like
fantasy.
very excited to talk about dwarven scotch with Kara because it's one that she really enjoys, and I don't think they've ever like had that together.
Hey Raiders from Nerd Immersion, welcome. We're drinking tropical
Woo.
drinks in extra dimensional bar. It's a good
Get your
time.
drinks out.
Get your drinks out, everybody. Celebrate. All right, so you all are liquored up. You wander back over to your table. There are menus that are laid out on the table in front of you. They are like giant, like 8-page menus. What you see like at
Like the
TGI
Cheesecake
Fridays
Factory.
or
Like poorly
Cheesecake Factory.
laminated, like the lamination's starting to come off at the corners.
Yeah,
and
so
they're
it's like
sticky.
kind of spiky. When you pick up the edges.
What's the average price of these meals?
Probably like 14 to 20 gold.
You're like in the like 1 to 5 gold range for everything,
Oh.
which is still pretty expensive.
Still, I would rather go
Yeah.
out after we have our warm-up drinks and go get like stall food. That's probably going to be a lot more delicious than this.
This food is served to you in boats, in tiny boats.
Yep, sure is.
You pay
We
for
could
those
at least
tiny
have,
boats.
like an appetizer, like macaroni and cheese or something.
Mozzarella
Let's get a finger food
Mozzarella
for.
sticks. Jesus Christ, do you know how much I love those? God.
Mozzarella sticks, fried pickles.
They definitely have.
Oh my
those.
god!
Buffalo wings.
Okay.
I
Buffalo
will have a
wings.
meal of mozzarella sticks and fried pickles and be a happy bitch. Oh my god. I fucking love both of those things deeply.
Yeah. So your friend
So
Wesley
excited.
gives you probably a little bit too much time to decide before he, comes trotting over to you all. We know we have so many options here, so what'll you have? I'm sure everything will be a festive treasure.
We're just gonna do appetizers.
Okay.
So we'll take these mozzarella sticks and fried pickles, and then we're probably
A
gonna head out.
buffalo wing. Make sure you get the buffalo wing.
Okay, and the buffalo.
The hottest chicken wings you have.
Make us cry.
So hot.
And then I do like the ceremonial thwack of all the menus in a pile in front of them.
Would you like any additional condiments with that? Because they are extra.
No.
No. Sure you don't want to add an avocado on for 15 gold?
No.
Okay. He just kind of nods, and he didn't write anything down. He just waited for you to be done, and then shuffles off into the kitchen.
One of those things is gonna be late or not correct.
Or never show up, Hell yeah. All right. Anything else? Any fun conversations we're having? Your food comes out in probably about 10 minutes or so.
Mhm. So what's the game plan for tonight, ladies? Are we going to go shopping? Are we gonna go out to dance? Are we gonna meet some people? Are we gonna
We're gonna do it all, baby. First of all, I would love to shop a little because I'm super jealous of the fancy new necklace that Kara got, even though it's not for Kara, but still. I need some new bling myself, but let's just see where the night takes us. Let's roam the streets. Let's squad walk our way through town and see what the fuck's up.
I mean,
I'd say we're probably here and have like at least one more round before we do that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Kara, I will say, this lovable is... Not a lot gets to you, but there's a lot of alcohol in this flaming lovable.
Yeah, she is just riding that way.
Why don't you make me a constitution saving throw?
Ride that lava wave, baby.
Wow, exceedingly good.
Car don't give a fuck.
29.
Jesus.
Woo!
Okay, so you're like tipsy, but even you realize that, like, wow.
Yeah. When she stands up to go to the bathroom, has one of those like moments where like it all just rushes to your head.
Yes.
I respect that this guy is like, if I'm gonna be making overpriced drinks, I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
put as
get
much
the
booze
alcohol.
in there.
Yeah, no, they did not skimp on this. So,
I'm here for it.
and the food is okay.
You most of the time cannot fuck up fried pickles and mozzarella sticks. Most of the time. It can be done, but you really have to try to fuck
They're a
those
little
things up.
soggy.
Oh, I wanted that
Aw,
crunch.
But the buffalo wings are excellent.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
So maybe the chef just isn't a bread guy.
What?
I don't know.
So bad.
I don't know.
Never heard of such a thing.
All right.
Cornstarch.
So in terms of like going out on the town, you did see kind of those main strip areas that had the most like vendors and shops. And then towards the outer edges of town, it was more like quiet residential. So probably your best bet to find, let the night take you, is probably going to be moving towards the center of town. If you want to check out especially some of those shops too.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Up and away.
Okay. Awesome. So you make your way out into the streets. It is now, the sun is set, so it's pleasantly warm out here. It's just, those balmy nights where you don't need a jacket or anything. You're just walking through the streets and everything is lit up in these
best.
bright colors and there's music. And again, all the vendors, hawking their wares all around you. Tons of people still moving through the streets. So you stroll pleasantly onwards and make your way back to kind of that main section, pretty close to where like Bebop's office was, which you think was like probably pretty centrally located. So you're walking down and you're seeing these big like Bazaar streets, which again are hung with like silks and lanterns. So everything is lit and beautiful. You see that there are signs painted everywhere. So what in particular are you looking for? Because it's definitely all here.
Magic jewels.
Yeah,
Magic
stuff for
jewel
show.
store. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check, and we'll see what kind of options you find.
Oh shit. 8.
Okay. All right. So you're looking around. You're like, I don't know. There's you see something. It's like a ring that's painted on the side of a building. You don't recognize the language around it. So maybe that's something. You see like a tiger face painted on one wall. Maybe that's something. And then otherwise, you do have, I think you probably are having a hard time because like, somebody's like trying to like wave a rug in your face to get you to buy this right here. So you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, and I really hate just ignoring people. So at every single person, I'm like, thank you, no. Like, oh, it's beautiful, thank you,
So
no.
it's so hard to see anything because every time
Yeah.
you turn around, there's somebody else. And they're like,
Yeah.
hot dog, like whatever. There is definitely somebody frying food somewhere in a cart. You can smell it.
We'll be back for that.
Yeah.
once
Kara
we-
finds that.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
Bacon wrapped hot dogs.
oh hell yeah, you know they're there. Grilled onions on the side.
Mm.
street
Mhm.
meat,
Yeah,
always the best.
yeah. You walk up to this this little cart there, and this like sort of gelatinous looking person is the only way I can describe it. Is kind of pooled up behind this cart, and kind of like swirls and moves and is like flipping things with their little like tentacle. They sort of look like a flump actually, which is odd.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're using their little
Little
blue tentacles,
babies.
to flip these over. Whoa, Raid! Oh my
Whoa.
gosh!
Whoa.
Welcome, Hell Nerd!
Whoa.
Whoa!
Welcome.
Hey,
We're
friends.
We're in an extra-dimensional bazaar, buying street food. So that's good. So this creature like flips over a bunch of these hot dogs and grilled onions and looks at you and kind of goes boop, 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 boop.
And Kara just points at one of them and like jingles her coin purse.
Yeah, and the thing, one of its eyes blinks, then the other eyes blinks, and it goes woo, and like it starts, it slides over a paper plate and starts stacking things up for you with this little tentacle, and kind of like reaches one out, waving it at you.
And she takes out some money and like hands it to it.
Yeah, and you see it like kind of envelops it like goo. It takes your money and like it starts to travel down into these little blue tubes as it waves
love
at
it.
you. And you have your street meat.
Beautiful.
So Saya, you're fighting off people at this point. So you saw the ring, you saw the tiger painted on the side of the wall. Those look like cool, at least variety shops, from your perspective.
Yeah, I'll pop into the first thing that catches my eyes. So just to also duck out from all the people trying to sell me stuff on the street.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, this one.
Yeah.
And, I'll start looking around, see if anything catches my eye. I am interested if there is someone in the shop. Hello?
Yeah. So you say hello, and you hear kind of like a scattering from the back. This store is very like full, so it kind of looks like a thrift store where there's lots of like bookshelves and shelving and everything just like crammed around, like kind of odds and ends thrown in like boxes and like put out on display. And there's that crashing. Oh, hello. Sorry. And trundling out of the back is this giant person who sort of looks like a hippo. They come at you and they're like, sorry about that. I was reorganizing my stacks. How can I help?
Oh, don't worry about it. I love your store. So eclectic.
Yes, these are treasures myself and my battalion have collected from all over the multiverse.
Impressive.
Indeed.
Do you have anything that's good for really just combat, fast? I like to be light and quick on my feet, and I'm looking for something like that to help me do it. Whether it's clothing, whether it's some jewelry. You know, I could use a little bit of accents here and there.
We do have an incredible selection of magical jewelry items. Perhaps that would appeal to you.
Ooh, yes. Please, I'd love to take a look.
Wonderful. And then what are Farah and Arrnodel doing while Saye dips into this shop and Kara is getting a flimp hot dog?
I think that I've taken my ship with me. And I've just got,
your
like,
novelty
my crazy
drink.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just kind of like looking around and I just want to find the thing that's like the flashiest that just catches my eye.
Sure. In this shop or something else?
I mean, if there's something on the way to this shop that gets me distracted, then outside the shop.
Sure, I think so. Actually, your attention probably turns to the shop that has the big, like, painted tiger on the side. And it is one of those, like, old school Flash kind of tiger designs. So it's very cool and catches your eye. And you do see that there's a window display that's been set up there. And, like, laid out on black velvet, you see a couple different items, including one which is, like, this staff made of this, like, beautiful carved black wood that's topped with, like, a cat's eye that's, like, the size of a fist.
Ooh, Arnie, look at the pretty.
Yeah. Sorry, hold on. Arrnodel ordered a double of the same thing to walk around.
Yep.
She didn't have any particular thing in mind, but she was just, I mean, you know, when you're not really thinking about something, and if something grabs you, you're like, oh. So she's like, what's going on?
Look, staff. It's totally your aesthetic.
What?
As you look at it, your eyes kind of travel to this cat's eye gem, which when you look at it, you swear it like flashes and lights up a different color.
Sorry, I'm very proud of this.
It's very cool. It's about that size too.
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh my god,
It's
I literally
perfect.
own this thing. And you can't really tell with the lighting, but it's purple. It's like an amethyst color.
Very cool.
So I'm looking at it and I'm like, I look over at Farah and I'm like, oh my god, like,
let's go haggle the shit out of this.
I get like, I'm like drawn in and I'm going with you and I'm like, wait, hold on. I like have a moment of panic. I'm like, I can't haggle. I suck at it. I really suck at it. And as you can see right now, I'm already like anxiety ridden with this. I can't.
Don't worry.
I know what that's worth.
Ooh, how much?
A lot. It's more than I have.
I
mean, look at the wood. Do you know how rare that tree is? It only grows under the most like prime conditions. And I'm quite sure that an aged wizard had to study it and like do shit before they could even harvest it, and then let alone the craftsmanship. It's like, can you even see that?
Don't
like,
say any of that shit to the store owner.
I think Kara, at this point, you walk back, you know, munching on your hot dog, and Arrnodel and Farah are having this conversation.
This is why I can't haggle though, because like is there a price tag out in the display?
No, of course not. This is a fancy store.
To draw you in item.
When there's no price tag, that should
That's
tell
when you know.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Yeah. So I'm like, look, I'm pretty certain this is so far outside of my like budget, but also, god damn it, look at it. And I'm like, I need some help.
You could provide a service
of incredible skill. And there seems like there's a lot going on here. So maybe the shopkeep has a problem that we can handle for them. Also, we've got a whole bunch of shit here that maybe we can add to the pot. So
Arrnodel's like doing the math, and I'm like,
please let me do this. I love this.
Okay, all right. I do want it real bad though.
I want it real bad.
Like,
Kara wanders up with her hot dog. Yeah, Kara wanders up with her hot dogs and is like, that's a nice stick.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Arrnodel taps your war axe. That's the nice knife.
Exactly.
We're like character drunk though, so we're like giggling our asses off about it. Right? We both beat
Oh
it.
yeah, everything is just amazing to Kara. It's just like the lights and the displays and like being in a crowded city. We all haven't like really been in like any kind of civilization for a while, so she's just like so happy to be around people.
I like to envision that the fucking drink that you're carrying to go is also still a lit.
Oh yeah. No, it's magically
yeah.
lit. It's like a create bonfire spell. That shit's not going out, you know?
That's dope. You're just walking around with this little flaming like to go cup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So while you all are having this conversation, I'll jump back to Saya inside. And this large hippo humanoid creature kind of turns around and, just one moment, I have to get my wares from the back. I trust that you will not try anything tricky while I disappear. I am quite keen with a blunderbuss.
Oh, I don't doubt that, but don't worry. I have no intention of taking a single thing without paying.
Absolutely. I believe you. From one warrior to another. Yes. And he disappears off into the back. And we'll come back out eventually with like a wooden jewelry box. So one of those kind of large flat things. And he puts it down like lovingly on the glass countertop. And he opens it up. And inside there are probably about 20 different rings or so. All of them are unique. Some of them look, like simple bands of metal. Some of them have designs. Some of them are set with stones. Yeah, he's like, well, many of these rings have magical properties. Is there anything in particular you would like to look at?
Yeah, how about something that's good for agility, good for someone trying to move about very quietly and quickly, something along those lines?
Yes, I think I have. And he begins to look over them as Celeste is pulling it up on the character sheet to remember what the description looked like. 1 second. Damn me writing an actual description on there. How do I?
I could put it in the chat.
Oh, yeah, if you have it. Oh, so there is a ring there that he points out to you. It's a silver ring that's comprised of tightly wound coils, so it sort of looks like a spring. And he kind of he points this out to you. I think this may be the one you're looking for.
Oh yeah, what can it do?
Well, essentially, it does what you say. It makes you more aware, faster to react when trouble comes your way. It is a beautiful piece, one of a kind.
Yeah, that sounds like it's my kind of ring. So about how much were you? What's the asking price?
Let's call it 500 gold.
Well, do you think that I could do anything for you in return? Maybe help bring that down a bit? Would you like to trade something?
I would be amenable to trading to bring down the price. What do you have?
I've got, what do I have? Got a couple potions of healing, a greater potion of healing.
I care not for potions, I sell things. And he looks at the junk pile, that surrounds his store. Treasures, heirlooms.
I have,
Wraps.
Shoot, I think I only have,
Wraps. I just could not help myself. I'm sorry.
I have one fireball left on my necklace of fireballs.
So that won't really work because it'll lose the magic if it's off the thing. But if you want to trade him the necklace itself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do that. I'd be like, I have this necklace of fireballs. There's only a charge or so left, but it's still worth something.
Perhaps I could get this repaired. Yes. All right. I will accept this necklace and knock $200 or 200 gold off my asking price. But that is the lowest I can go.
Deal.
Excellent. And he hands out this giant hippo hand to you to shake. It's like shaking hands with an elephant, so it's sort of weird.
I assume her like half of her forearm, if not the whole thing, fits in it, so she just gives it to him and
Yeah.
like slaps him back, like, yeah.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Please, if you ever need any other treasures, I have many.
Thank you. I will recommend you to my friends.
Absolutely. Have a fantastic evening.
Thank you. Oh, actually, do you have any other recommendations? Maybe a weapons store nearby, or just any other places you think are worth checking out? Not that a shop owner would really promote his competition, but still.
Well, if you have something specific in mind, Raz, just across the way, is a purveyor of fine magical weapons. Weapons, wands, that sort of thing. And then if you're looking for something, well, a little more day-to-day, the alchemy lab, just down the way, has an amazing selection of potions, brews, elixirs, oils, that sort of thing.
Well, thank you very much. Hope you have a very pleasant evening.
You as well, madam.
And then I'll hop out, don my new ring, and look at it on my hand for a while.
Hell yeah, you want to tell us about your ring, boo?
Oh, it's real pretty. It's like you said, springy and coily, and I imagine that when its magical properties are actually being used or like being active, that it kind of starts to glow as it generates energy, much like a plug or something like that. Like like a bright light,
like a little Tesla
cool
coil.
Blue glow. Yeah.
Woo, very cool. Yeah. So this is the ring of quick action. And while you wear it, you have advantage on initiative checks and all acrobatics checks. So
yeah.
So you the fastest there ever was, if that wasn't clear enough for being a monk. All right, and then our street party standing out in front of Tiger Shop.
Well, let's wait for Sae, because bad buddy system. I have no idea where she went, to be honest.
Sae does appear in the doorway after a moment, just across the way.
Yeah, I hop right out. I show you guys my new hand. I'm like, look at what I found. It's pretty and it does cool things. I'm gonna be so fast now. She's definitely feeling those 2 mojitos that she had, even though she ate like a ton of wings. It just went straight to her head and her legs. Much like myself, I feel it in my thighs first.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, listen, he just told me about this other shop. We can find some new toys. Let's go. I want to go there next.
You think actually this tiger one right here is probably the one he was talking about.
Oh my God, this is it. It's right here. Let's go.
It was right because it's right across the way when he pointed.
I think we're already inside, right?
Oh, we were standing outside looking through the window.
Oh, like I turn around and you're very solemn. I'm like, I'm working on something. Okay. Farrah's gonna help me with this.
Yeah. Y'all wanna go in?
Wanna win.
Yeah, Arrnodel's like real enraptured by this staff that's in the window.
Yeah. So you all kind of step into this store, which is the complete opposite of the store you were just in. It is neat, pristine. The floors are made of black wood that's highly polished, almost to like a mirror-like sheen. There are glass cases that have been neatly arranged in here. There are curtains that cover all the windows, like thick black velvet curtains. And the paneling and everything is all just black, sort of gothic crowning in here. And there is like a counter at the front here, the only one that doesn't have things in cases. All around you, the cases are filled with, more beautiful wands and staves, and strange just looking tokens and instruments that all give you a very like arcane treasure kind of feel. And sitting on a stool behind this main counter is a woman who's just, she's got sort of gray skin, and just this like jet black hair that's in these neat plaits, and her clothing is just this beautiful melange of like light black silks and fabrics swirled about her, and she looks at you with these shining green eyes when you step inside, and she goes, hello my pretties, how can I help?
What is she?
What a first thing to say.
It just makes me think of this scene in Amelie when she's like searching for something and that like there's a chick that comes out and is like Earl Grey and she's like, no thanks. No thanks.
Scared. Something about this woman does give you a very predatory vibe.
I'm wand dazzled. I don't care. Or staff dazzled. I don't care.
I'm
just
staff dazzled.
I look over at Farrah and I'm like, wide grin, manically.
Farrah cracks her knuckles and she strides confidently up to the lady and she's like, hello, madam. We were just walking past and we couldn't help but notice that staff. Do you have a price for that item?
Well, you certainly all have an eye for taste and seem capable enough to handle my wares. Who is the staff for?
Arrnodel like raises her hand, like kind of like it's a mixture of being timid and overly excited.
This staff, like everything I sell in my shop, is quite potent. Are you sure you could handle it, my dear?
Arrnodel's brain starts kicking in gear and she's like, well, that's a loaded question. I mean, I'm pretty capable, but also I'm also very, very well read. So I know where my limits are not. What does that imply?
Yeah, she's
We just fought a purple worm. This guy shot lightning from its mouth. We're totally
like-
capable.
She who, what is it? Like, she who knows not is, you know, the phrase, the philosophical phrase, like you're the wisest knows that they know nothing kind of thing. So Arrnodel's like,
Well, maybe if we knew what it did.
Arrnodel knows what it, I'm quite sure. Like with the detect magic, I'm pretty sure I could like deduce.
That
ish.
is the witch's staff. It is carved from the burned remains of witches who were burned at the stake for what they've done. It carries a dark legacy and much power.
Ooh, I just am so drawn to complicated things, aren't I?
And this woman, she stands up in a very fluid motion. So much so that, like, with such grace that you're not sure if she took a step or she just is up or whatever. But she glides sort of across the room and, like, pulls back this main curtain so she can, remove the staff from its display. And you see, as she picks it up, there's something strange about her hands that you notice. The palms on them are backwards. So when she picks up the staff, it's like an odd sort of thing. And she goes and she holds it out. And once again, Arrnodel, as you look at it, this cat's eye gem just gleams with this bright, almost reddish light. And she goes, it seems to like you.
Are you, I mean, is this like a test drive or like are you just showing me? Because I can see the craftsmanship from outside.
20,000 gold pieces, and the staff is yours.
I look at Katie and I'm sorry. I look at Farrah and I'm just like, actually, I telepathically tell you, like, I fucking told you.
20,000 seems a little bit steep. I mean, I wouldn't want to part something that seems to like her so much from her.
It is not steep. It is exactly what it is worth.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have that amount on us. But perhaps we can do some trades. Maybe there's something around this lovely city that you need done.
Do you have anything on you to trade? Something I would be interested in? A magic item of sufficient quality?
Arrnodel whips out her wand of secrets. She's like, mint condition, fully charged.
That's a start, but this is nowhere near the value of this object. Do you have anything else?
She's gonna hold that out, and then what do I have?
Farah rummages through her pockets and she pulls out a small pearl and she's like, "Pearl of power, used it maybe 5 times. Ready to go." I think there's even a spirit guardians in there.
Interesting. And she does, and she, plucks the pearl with her hands. The pearl, the wand, we're still not quite at the level. Anything else you have?
I pull out my scribe's pen from our lovely time on that.
Common trash.
Wish.
I mean, it was a souvenir.
Yeah.
It was in the thank you bag. I'm like, Arrnodel just like looking for anything in her bag of holding.
She sort of sniffs at the air. Do you have a wand of polymorph on you?
Bitch, I was. There's a reason I didn't pull that out first. Are you fucking kidding me? Celeste really wants to take that away from me because I do love using it.
One of the witch's spells you cast is polymorph through the staff.
Yeah, all right. But I don't have like 7 of those. Arrnodel, she kind of looks at her with like, now Arrnodel's not like excitement. It's just like, this is business now. She's business. Like, she kind of like straightens the fuck up and like nothing else matters. And she's like, oh. Yeah, I do.
I can smell it.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Yeah, it's a rotted frog. Yeah, it's fully charged. And that with the staff or the wand of secrets.
And the pearl. And I will knock down the price to 5,000 gold pieces.
Kara takes out off of her armor the little box turtle sized shielding thing that she has affixed to her armor, turns it, clicks it off, and goes, "This was made by a very..."
You're giving away Gidget's thing? Oh my god. Kara!
Oh.
Okay.
Yo.
The one-of-a-kind thing made by an extraordinary tinkerer from the Sisters of Sorrow organization from which we hail. It is truly wondrous and very rare.
She reaches out a hand to it and like indicates if she can take it.
I stop. I'm like, wait a second.
Why?
Like, there's like a moment where I'm like, hold on. The stakes are really high here. We're getting into my companions and valuable objects. Arrnodel has like kind of gets like a wake up call, and she's like, hold on now. Wait a second. Nobody needs a staff that badly. I'm like, I turn to Car and I'm like, no. Also, Farah, no. Like, I don't need one of your objects. Like, she's like, comes to. She's like, wait, no way.
Arrnodel, you.
This is
I don't
the
agree
high
with
of
this.
my life. This is the most fun I've had. Please, let's make this deal. I love this
Let's
shit.
make a deal.
I don't want. This is for me, and I don't need anything badly enough if it means that you guys are offering up valuable things from yourself, especially you. She turns to Car, like, that is no, like, we gotta talk later, but what? No.
Kara puts her
Not okay with
hands
this.
on like Arrnodel's shoulders and is like, just consider it payback for helping me get Isolde's present.
I mean, Saya really helped you with that.
If you trade me all of these items, I will give you the staff.
I like kind of hate this salesperson now. Like, I know she's just doing her job, and Arrnodel very much knows that the staff is properly priced, not too high, not too low. It is just right. And she's just like, fuck, I hate this woman. Like, she wants all the like valuable things. It's
Who
like
has
that
the highest
fucking-
passive perception in this party, by the way? What's
Not
your
me.
My passive
Mine is-
perception is 18.
Mine's 19.
What's yours, Farah?
12.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Kara then probably. You swear you hear this woman purring.
Purring.
Mm-hmm.
Get out the catnip right now.
As she's looking at you all intensely, like waiting for you to make this trade.
Arrnodel, I got lots of cool magic shit. We have cool magic bosses. I'll just get something else. It's cool. I haven't even used this in like, I don't know, 20 episodes.
I think what Arnodel's like fixated on is like the invaluableness of precious items, right? Like sentimental things given as a gift from a loved one. There's a magic with that that's like invaluable. It's precious. So that's what she's kind of frustrated with, is that this like fucking vendor is like taking our precious. It's not even just like that it has a numeric value to it. So she's just like, I look at everybody in the eyes and I'm like, I owe you all. I owe you guys. And she thinks there's some depth to what she's saying. She's like, all right, they won't let, I know if I walk out of here without this fucking staff, they're going to give me shit for it. So
Absolutely.
It's true. We will.
here's my rotten frog stick, my gilded vibrating.
Oh,
Woo!
your
Let's
gilded
talk about all the
vibrator.
Talk
Secret
about
places.
personal items.
I mean, it's a wand of
You just
secrets.
traded your vibrator for a witch's staff, so you know.
That's a wand of secrets. It's secret
Magic wand,
passages. Oh my
indeed.
god, it totally is, isn't it? Jesus Christ, the verbal description of that. Wow. Wow, epiphany. I've only used it once in the whole game.
What are you
Right
so
before we
stressed
took all
out?
those mushrooms.
Oh.
No, that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So Arnold, it's a bittersweet victory.
She goes, place your items on the counter. Would you like a receipt?
No, I don't. Thank you. Do you even print
Yeah.
receipts?
Yeah, no, we need it for tax purposes. This is a write-off.
I mean, okay.
I am required to offer you a receipt if you would not like one. That is fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll take one.
Okay. So she goes and silently pads over behind this this counter once again. And she takes out a parchment of paper, and with a flourish, and it's very strange to watch because her hands are backwards as she like writes up this receipt in like curling script for you. And she spins the page around. Sign here. You do
Sign.
so. Yeah, and then she snaps, and this contract disappears with a pile of ash. The staff is yours.
I'm kind of excited now. Excitement has returned.
Anything else I can help you with? I do have some other staffs available.
Yeah, while they've been working on their transaction, Saya's just been looking at all the other staffs and realizing hers is getting a little bit old and worn in, and trying to see if there's some other kind of staff that will replace it.
Sure. So you do see that there are a selection of staves laid out. There's one that it sort of stands out because it's so plain and like different from the other ones. It's just like a wooden bow staff. And you see it's actually kind of propped up against a wall. It's not in a case or anything. It's kind of dusty in a corner.
So simple and rustic. I pick it up. I start to play with it, see how it feels.
It's nice. It's clearly a martial weapon made for a monk. And she kind of glances up at you. Oh, that? You're interested in that?
Well, yeah, if it's for sale, or was it just like here against the wall because it was dusty? She's not sure.
Let us just say that does not really appeal to my clientele. 300 gold.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if that's the case, you wouldn't have any need for this other quarterstaff here.
No,
I'd be happy
that's-
to give away.
That's trash.
Yeah, I know. But I'm trying to get rid of
Ain't
it.
that the truth? There is a
Fucking
dumpster
truth.
outside. You are welcome to use.
Well, you know what? Okay. I'll take it. I have more money than Saya needs. This is what it's for. I'll take it. She hands over the 300 gold.
Would you like a receipt?
No, thank you.
All right. Well,
Or you know what? Could we have business expenses with the Sisters
Yeah.
of Sorrow?
you could try to report it to Isolde. Poor Kristoff would just be like, "What is okay?"
I mean, it's for the job.
Maybe.
It helps
I'll
us do
take a
our job
receipt.
better.
You know what? I'll take a receipt.
Fine. And she goes and like, everyone's so confused about whether or not they want a receipt. And she writes up another one for you and spins it over again for you to sign as well.
Signed.
hmm And again, similarly, it disappears in a cloud of ash. So, anything else I can help you with?
She's playing with her new stick, waving it from side to side. I think I'm good. I'm ready to go back out on the town.
I think I'm good. I am curious if you know any places that have like potions and all that.
There is the alchemy lab down the way, but they are a little bit tiresome. Sort of kitschy, the whole experience. Make what you want potions.
I love that.
Hmm. Yes. She narrows her green eyes.
Arrnodel suddenly likes this lady a lot more. As an alchemist,
Yeah.
I totally understand what she's saying.
Yes.
You can't just like add shit. It's like a very delicate process.
Indeed.
We'll find out.
All right. Y'all want to leave this store, this tiger
Yeah.
shop? Cool.
Yep.
Right.
I'm good. That
Is she a
lady's
were-tiger?
Mm-mm.
She's totally a Rakshasa.
What is she?
Rakshasa.
Do you want to make an Arcana check to see if Arrnodel would know?
Yeah. Not too shabby. That's going to be whatever 8 plus 15 is. Is that the 20?
Yeah.
23.
23. Yeah.
That's gross.
The hands were enough of a tip to tip you off here, and then the tiger motif everywhere. You're pretty sure this woman is a Rakshasa. So they are fiends. So they come from hell. And they are, these, in their natural form, they're these tiger sort of humanoid creatures. They love to broker contracts and collect treasures, and they're extremely dangerous and gifted spellcasters. So it's pretty good that she was in a friendly mood.
Apparently.
That's her friendly mood. Yikes.
Yep.
I really want to find some catnip somewhere and just sprinkle it around her store and see if it does
She
anything.
just freaks out. Don't freak out the devil cat. My God.
But it sounds like it'd be so fun.
I'm going to refill my drink real quick and be right back.
Sounds about as fun as those, what was it, the Mind Flayer psychics?
Oh, fuck that. That is my least favorite fucking I hate them.
I'm telling you, I'm in full danger of doing
I mean, everyone else here doesn't seem too demonic, you know?
I know,
They
the
get
more-
some weird pleasure out of some of this, what's it? Buyer's market kind of
Mhm.
area.
I don't know. The more we keep seeing things that are like typically evil that aren't killing us, the more I'm like, maybe I find out what happens.
Man, I don't know about y'all, but it's like 80 degrees here right now, and I am
Yes.
dying.
Same.
Anyway, it is hot also in the bazaar where you are, so it's thematic. Wow, wow. All right. So you want to hit the streets and head to this alchemy lab you keep hearing about?
Yes,
Okay.
I want to DIY my own potion.
Yeah. So, so you see this building from above long before you're standing in front of it. You see that there is like a large glass beaker that has been mounted like on top of this building, and it's outrageously large, like the size of a hot tub. And it like flashes in this like neon green like signage all around it, and you see that smoke is billowing out of it, like dry ice is just like constantly flowing down over this building that also is just neon green everywhere, like electricity like motif, so very sort of like a mad scientist like feeling. And it's just, yeah, alchemy lab in like bright colors. And it's a big like white building with open windows, and you see lots of people are like clustered inside. Yeah.
I enter excitedly.
Yep.
I wonder if we can make our own drinks.
Yeah. So as you're
Yes.
stepping in, this is clearly maybe some kind of like tourist spot. There are a lot of different people here, like clustered around these tables, holding different packages and like menus in front of them. And you see like on the back wall here, there are like 30 different like liquid containers that you can see inside, and all of them have different colored liquids. So some are like sparkling metallic, all different colors, like different viscosities, like shades, just in these big things like when you see like bulk foods, you know, you have the lever and then like some liquid comes out, like those kind of containers. And those are all behind a counter. And then running back and forth, you see a bunch of like gnomes and halflings in these like little lab coats, like these stark white lab coats. And people are clustered up at the counters, you know, and they're like, oh yeah, I want to mix like 2 with 4 with like 32. And they're like coming right up, like, you know, as people are seemingly ordering potions.
So, is there like a menu, or are you just like, that looks pretty, put it in my cup?
Yeah, so you do see that there are people clustered like around these like long kind of menus, like, you know, pieces of paper around those tables.
Oh, okay.
You want to grab one?
Yeah, let's look it over.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so when you look at these, they do look like sort of ingredients lists, but they also have like tags on there. So it's like common, uncommon, rare, very rare, and they have like a price point next to each one. And then they have like healing, like buff, like poison or whatever on other ones, and each of those has a price point. And then they're like, you know, color, intensity, level, like, you know, so you can basically build your own potion based on what you have here, and you can do the math to see like how much it's going to cost, and you know, so it's kind of a cool made to order potion station.
Oh man, that's spectacular.
On the back they have like house favorites, you know, that they'll show like, you know, like healing potion, and they break down like what you'd have to pick, or like, you know, so some popular ones on the back.
Very nice.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wow. I'm going to look for something that's going to get me to where I need to be faster in case somebody dies across the battlefield.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're looking down, and, you know, so to make something that you're looking for, yeah, a potion of pursuit, if you will, that'll be 250 gold pieces.
This place looks like they don't let you haggle.
No, it's definitely like a made to order exchange thing. And like they're like totally all like those mixologist people, or, you know, you can see them, they're making their order, and it's all like, so it's all about the experience of it too. So,
Okay. Then I will wait my turn in line. And I will request that potion of pursuit. But can I combine the ingredients myself so I feel very special?
so in this like halfling girl who has like electric blue hair, she's come up to you, she's like, sorry honey, only our lab assistants can brew up your potions. It's for your own safety.
Fine. but put a pretty bow on it, please.
Oh yes, well every potion you see here comes in one of our signature flasks. And she like holds it up to you what they're mixing it in, and it's got this big like gold like alchemy lab stamp on it.
Okay.
You can
perfect.
use those if you want to try brewing potions at home, though we do not recommend doing that without supervision.
I look back at Arrnodel. I've got supervision.
I mean, while I'm like discerning, like checking out all of I'm like looking at things like, like
Yeah.
over people's shoulders. Like I want to kind of poke around and look at the back room and be like,
Yeah, as an alchemist, you're sitting there like, there is no way they could keep all of these things at the right temperatures you need for optimum whatever. And like, this quick turnover and the waste and like the storage necessary, you're probably having a small panic attack just looking at this
yeah,
all.
like it's sugar water.
But people love it. They're having so
Yeah.
much fun.
I mean, it's like going to Universal Studios
It's
to
froyo.
Harry Potter land. I had a blast.
Yeah, and so the halfling will be like, coming right up, and she'll go ahead and take one of these flasks for you, and slide over, that potion of pursuit right in front of you. And so this potion, since we have all the descriptions, everyone who's listening, these are all items from a book I wrote called Mordenkainen's Tome of Marvelous Magic 2, which is a mouthful, but you can purchase it on the DM's Guild. It's like the number 2 bestseller, so it's right there on top of the page.
I'll post the link again.
Yay! Thank you, Katie!
So my description for this one says, this purple liquid appears to be in constant motion even when the container is still. And then when you drink it, you get to double your movement speed for 1 hour.
Hell yes.
So no one's dying across the battlefield, guys. I got this.
Yeah, and this halfling, she slides it over to you. She's like, you're just getting one? How about you and your friends? Anything else we can mix up?
Guys, is there like a deal if we get like 3? Is
If
there
you
like
get
a
6, there's a 10% discount.
I love a discount.
Kara's thinking about how much 6 potions of healing is with 10% off, and she's like, you're doing math on her fingers.
Yeah, I can tell you. Let me pull
So
up
that
my
would be
table.
it would be 300 gold pieces, because potions of healing go for 50. So 300 gold pieces minus 30 would be 270.
Well, we can buy together. And
Yeah,
then we only
I've
need to
got
buy
gold
5.
to spare. You guys just how about I give you all of my gold since you helped me buy a fucking staff?
Yeah, 20,000 gold staff.
How about that? How
Oh,
about I give
pretty.
you here's all of my money. Thank you for helping me. So
Ooh.
there you go. There's 510.
Yeah, we doing some healing potions? Anything else we want to do? We've got a special running right now on mage wine.
Come again.
Oh, mage wine. It's this super cool thing we invented right here at the alchemy lab. Basically, it combines all the fun of drinking wine and getting your spells recharged without any of the work of studying your books.
Oh my god, that's hot. Okay. how
That
much
sounds
is that?
great.
So right now we're running a special, bringing the price down for each bottle of mage wine to only 3,500 gold pieces.
Without the aid of a book?
No books required. Just
Oh
fun.
no.
Who wants
Arrnodel
those-
just,
who wants
I already
those
gave
stuffy
you my
old
gold.
books?
I have to leave. Arrnodel just leaves.
Books
She
are
walks
for
out. I will
nerds.
wait outside. I'm outside right now.
You said it was 3,500? What did you say?
Yep. That's right.
That's too much money. But I really want wine
It's
and
so
spells.
worth it. I can honestly tell you, I have never tasted a more delicious potion.
Do you guys have a line of credit?
No, not really. I mean, I don't know, how long are you going to be in town?
Long enough to work to get this money?
You know,
3 days at least.
Since you're a new customer, don't tell anyone else I'm doing this, but I'd be willing to give you one for 2,000 gold pieces. Just knocking a huge amount off the asking price. Because honestly, you don't want to miss this.
I don't. You're so absolutely right.
Mhm.
What's your
She
name?
puts a caring hand on your hand. My name is Valerie.
Valerie. I love you. Okay.
I
So
love you
how
too. Oh my gosh. You should totally get the mage wine. You should
I
treat
should
yourself.
totally get the mage wine.
Mhm.
Okay. So
And with the
Can I-
discount, if you
Yeah.
get, so that's 2,000 for that, and then it was, for the other one, and then
250.
your friend wants some potions of healing, so
So 4 potions of healing to get us to the 6. And those are 50 gold piece.
yeah, so that'll be 200.
Let me do math.
So we're looking at 2450 total, and then 200 and oh my god. This is why I didn't work retail. I did food service.
Wait, so 2450 and then minus
10% of that.
okay, so
Which
then
is
we'll just-
which would be
200.
would be 20
245.
would yeah.
245 off. So I hate doing math. 5
Valerie's
2.
just like leaning up closer and closer to you while you're doing the math in your head. She's gotten like one of those 6-pack wine carriers out that's also branded for like the alchemy lab, and she's like,
Of course.
scooching
So-
it around on the counter.
2,205 gold. I've got 1,900 gold. So, and then
I have 364 gold to
Yeah.
lend you.
510.
sorry, I'm doing more math. He's at 300 what?
Oh, 364.
Y'all are gonna get cleaned out.
Ugh.
I mean,
I love
we've
it.
been
So
making
if
pretty
any
good
time
money.
I do not give you shopping episodes often.
Yeah, we don't really shop, so
Spend it. Spend it all.
and ain't nowhere else this expensive, so
That is true.
and unique.
exactly. It's a traveling bazaar, for God's sakes.
Yes.
They've been all over the place. They don't even know where they've been.
They
Treat yourself, darling.
literally don't know.
So we could buy these potions and then have a remainder of 565 gold. Are we good with that? Nice. We'll take it, Valerie.
Oh my gosh, fantastic. You will not regret it at all. And she goes ahead and she, starts like mixing up these potions, and she makes sure to look back at you all and like smile as she like flips over beakers, and like, does the little layers, and it's fun, and she shakes it up and like crams the stopper in there for you as she arranges this 6-pack. Would you all like a free sample? You all are just such great customers.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
outside.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I like mentally telepathize with you, and I'm like, I'm gonna want to test that when we get back to our hotel
Mhm.
room.
I need to test it. Oh, let's see. Here, we have this one. Super fun. Super fun here. And she goes over and pours kind of a sludgy, like, brown into these little, like, Dixie cups and spins them out towards you.
What is it?
Drink it.
Oh,
This is the new elixir of the beetle. And as you drink it, Kara, you feel something, like, weird, kind of tingly right here. And then, like, little, like, antenna sprout out of your head, like little bug beetle antenna.
Oh my god.
And so for an hour with the sample, you have advantage on all perception checks because you have antenna.
Dope.
Oh my
Kara
God,
is
that's
super into it.
hilarious. Saya breaks out laughing and like pointing at your face, like, "Oh my God, that's so funny! I want some too."
Yeah,
She'll
of
chug hers
course.
back.
Yeah, you pop out little antennas. If you obviously if you drink the whole thing, there are a bunch of fun additional benefits, but this is just a little taste.
I'm gonna pass on this bug drink.
Mm.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Farah. Kara is like trying to like hide her
Twitch,
antenna
twitch, twitch.
underneath her hair.
I thought it was really alarming when you went from Carl to Kara, but this just takes the cake for me. I'm gonna. Oh,
Saya's like really feeling the antenna. She's like, "Oh, I've got the perfect thing for this," and takes out her fae wings because they look like dragonflies when you wear them.
Oh my
So
god.
she does. She puts it
yeah.
on, and she's looking kind of like a little rave chick.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
suddenly
amazing.
it got cute. I'm okay with that look.
You're ready for Coachella. So good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so you get all your potions. You want to pack up and head back out into the streets?
Yes, girl.
Mhm.
All right. So as you do so, and you have all your new packages, all your new stuff, you're feeling pretty good about everything, making your way back through the streets. Farah, all of a sudden, you blink, and you're somewhere else. You find yourself in a parlor. A very
Oh,
overstuffed parlor that you have been in once before. Last time you saw it, it was like destroyed and things were overturned and it was a mess. But now order has been restored, and you see one of the Sisters of Sorrow sitting there in front of you as you kind of appear in this room, and she's just seated with her hands folded on Farah. It's good to see you.
Yep, you too. And she just like has her head bowed down and is like got her stupid wine and feels ridiculous suddenly.
Holding your little like 6-pack of potions, like I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time.
No, it's never a bad time for you. How can I help you?
Well, Farah, I thought it was about time you and I had a little chat. You see, things have gotten complicated, and we need more than ever for people who believe in us, people we can trust to really represent our interests. Do you understand?
I think so.
You have always been such a good child, so devoted. We've been happy to lend you our power, and we would like to see... Well, perhaps it's time for someone like you to be running things. Do you understand?
Running what things? Because I've never run anything in my life.
Well, I mean, the Sisters of Sorrow. They're running around using our name. We thought it was perhaps time for someone to be in charge that we know we can really trust. Someone who hasn't fraternized with, well, frankly, someone who wants to kill gods.
I think I wouldn't feel comfortable taking anything from a friend.
My dear, why don't you sit down? Give a moment to think about it. And we'll continue to have this little chat. And with that, we come to the end of our episode.
Oh my god!
Holy moly!
Just skipping right over Kristoff and right over Isolde.
Yikes! How many people will that hate list be? Just gonna...
I mean, you're the best choice.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're secretly dicks, but we'll find out.
Well, shopping episode with a twist.
So good, so good.
I did not see that.
Best
shit coming.
shopping. Best shopping I've ever done.
Oh, so much for tuning in to the shopping episode of the Venture Maidens. I really enjoyed it. Just the NPC grab bag is this Bazaar. Loving it. Loving every minute. Thank you all so much for being here. I have been your Dungeon Master, Celeste Konowich.
I am your Moon Elf Warlock Arrnodel, played by Brittany.
I am Katie playing Freaking Out Farah, the Tiefling Sorceress.
Freaking out.
I, Nassim, was your raving human monk, Sayanur.
And I'm Sage, and I played your newly beetled barbarian,
Yay.
Kara.
Wow.
Ted was so cute. Thank you all so much for being here. As a note, a lot of those items, once again, if you are curious and bringing those to your table, they're all available in my book, which is out on the DM's Guild, Mordenkainen's Tome of Marvelous Magic 2. which has a bunch of staves, rings, wands, and potions for your D&D game. So you can always check that out. We love you. You're amazing. Please come back on Friday when we're doing an episode of Dragon Age. There's only 2 episodes?
3
episodes left of our Dragon Age campaign. So come down Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific, to see Sage run some fantastic people through the plot of Dragon Age Inquisition. And then on Sunday, of course, Nassim will be back on the 31st with her video game streams. I'm really excited to go back and watch your Dream Daddy game because I was busy running
It's so
something.
much fun.
Oh my
I'm having
God.
so much fun.
I love it so much.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Katie.
Yeah, you made it so much better. All the voices you do, I'm like, it's like I'm there with the daddies.
Oh, girl. Venture Maidens, there with the daddies. Yeah, thank you all. If you like this show, please consider supporting us. The best way to do so is to follow us everywhere on social media so you can get all the latest updates. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Venture Maidens. You can always check out our Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you get access to a ton of rewards and an entirely other podcast of our Descent into Avernus game. So I think that's it. You all are wonderful.
This has been fun.
This has been good. So I guess until next time,
Venture away.
Venture away, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.